Hello, welcome back to the Road to Episode 8, my ongoing series where I chart the road to the release of Star Wars Episode 8 in December 2017. It's been a while, again. I need to get back into the swing of things with these videos. There's still a lot to talk about. I'm going to tilt the camera into a slightly different angle there. There we go. And no, that was too low. No, I'll keep this in. And Star Wars Day has been and gone. I was going to do something for Star Wars Day. I just didn't have the time to. So May the 4th came, recently. And to anyone who enjoyed the festivities on May the 4th, I have to say, I've already done this joke in a video before. I failed there. I really did fail. My bad. But I'm not going to say the May the 4th be with you. Forget it. Just forget it. I'm sorry. I don't know why that happened. I'll leave that in too. May the 4th, it's been and gone. People did stuff for Star Wars Day. I watched The Force Awakens. It was still fucking awesome. I loved it. Nothing much more to say about that. My review of that Blu-ray will be coming in this series at some point soon. I just need to figure out how the hell to get access to these Target exclusive extras because I just don't know how to figure it out. I'll get to work on that and then I can review the Blu-ray and talk to you in full about all my thoughts on all the special features and so on. But today the big news, Han Solo's been cast. The young Han Solo in the spin-off movie has been cast. It's not going to be Miles Teller, it's not going to be Zac Efron, it's not going to be Anthony Ingruber. Reportedly, the young Han Solo will be portrayed by Alden Ehrenreich. Alden Ehrenreich. Alden Ehrenreich. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I don't even know who he is. It's the big thing. No one seems to be happy about it. My head is still cut off. Can I get this tripod any higher? No, I cannot. Okay, I guess it needs to be like that. Alden Ehrenreich. I don't know how to pronounce this thing. I don't know how to pronounce this guy. I don't know what this guy is doing in this film. I don't know who he thinks he is. I'm kidding. It's no fault of his own. Congratulations to the guy if he has won the role. That's awesome. But something I'll say is that I've never wanted this. And I've said it before, I've never wanted this Han Solo movie, and I hoped that they would at least go to a teenage Han Solo, much like they did with Indiana Jones 3, The Last Crusade. We saw a very young Indiana Jones played by River Phoenix. It worked, even though it was River Phoenix, even though it was someone who doesn't really, well, I guess he never grew up to become as old as Indiana Jones because River Phoenix tragically passed away young, but he wasn't really someone who looked a lot like Harrison Ford, but because the age gap was that big, you could get away with it. But this Alden guy is like only a few years younger than Harrison Ford was when he was in A New Hope. So it's not really good. It's not going to fit. It really isn't. And you have someone like Anthony Ingruber, who portrayed a younger Harrison Ford in Age of Adeline, can do a fantastic Han Solo impression. And I just don't know why he wasn't in. Well, he must have been in contention, surely. And I guess they have their reasons. And I know people are like, "Oh, Anthony Ingruber could only do a good impression of Harrison Ford. He was only in that film for a few minutes anyway, So he's a shit actor. All he could do is impressions. He can't properly act." And it's like, do you know that? Have you seen him? Have you given him the chance? I guess Disney have. I guess Disney have auditioned everyone and have explored every option, and they've come to the conclusion that this guy is the best man for the job. And I kind of trust Disney from the things that they've done in terms of, well, I'm not even sure who's behind this anymore. Is it Disney? Is it Lucasfilm? I've heard that it's pretty much Disney. So, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the thinking is. But I'm not going to jump on this guy. I am not going to say, he's the wrong man for the role. It should have been Anthony Ingruber. Or it should have been this guy or that guy. All I'm saying is, I just didn't really want to see it to begin with. And I've never been hot on the idea of this film. I know Lawrence Kasdan is writing it. That's a big plus. But I don't want to see this story. I really don't want to see this story. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'm definitely going to go see it. I'm definitely going to go in with an open mind. But it's definitely a Star Wars film I never need to see. And definitely the first one I'm really not that excited about. I've mentioned how Rogue One I wasn't hugely excited by the trailer, but I'm still excited for it. It's a Star Wars film, it's really exciting, but this one just, I don't know, if he was a teenager it would be different. But he's going to be almost as, and he doesn't really look like, it's an iconic role. How do you, it's tough, it's really tough. Either way, I wish the guy all the luck in the world. I hope he can pull it off. For his sake, I hope he can really make it work, because, you know, if you screw this up, or don't get it, like, perfect, you're going to have a lot of fans on your back, and that just sucks. I mean, if he went out there, tried to be Han Solo, it didn't work, I wouldn't hold it against him. You know, he's only doing his job and trying to make it work and all that kind of thing. But I just know that there are going to be people who are going to take it so personally, and it's going to be really tough for the guy if he doesn't nail it perfectly. And how do you nail it perfectly? It's almost like an unanswerable question. So it is what it is. I don't think it's completely official. So this video might be a moot point by the end of the day. I don't know, but everyone's reporting it. All the sites are talking about it. So it seems like this is the guy, and I'm sure an official announcement will either follow shortly, or it'll be someone else, and it'll be, you know, again, we're like 2 years away from this film coming out. But I guess they got to start making it soon. So it seems pretty legit. Anyway, that's the Han Solo news. I'm still going to do the Rogue One trailer breakdown. I will do that video. I want to talk about that. I'll do that in the next video. I want to talk about Mark Hamill a little bit. He's been tweeting a lot lately, and ever since kind of the veil of secrecy has not so much been lifted, but kind of the bottom has been lifted up just a few inches. You know, now The Force Awakens is out. We've seen what Luke looks like. We've seen Han and Leia again, and all that kind of stuff is out of the way. We've seen Kylo Ren unmasked. There isn't that much of a... I mean, I'm sure they're still heavily trying to protect all the secrets of Episode 8, but not so much anymore. We're seeing stuff on the set. You know, we're seeing bits and pieces. Rian Johnson, the director of Episode 8, posted a few images which are kind of cool. Don't show way too much, and he kind of announced they're halfway through filming now, which is very cool. And we've seen bits and pieces. On Star Wars Day, we saw Daisy Ridley doing a Force for Change video. Not apparently, but it seems to be like she's on set somewhere. We see some of the aliens that are no doubt going to be a part of Episode 8, which is kind of cool. There's a cool little video, nothing too spectacular. It reminded me of the Force for Change video that J.J. Abrams did on the very first day of shooting The Force Awakens with the puppet. That was really exciting and stuff. Obviously, it doesn't have that level of excitement because, again, Episode 8 is going to be the next one, not the next one after 30 years of Return of the Jedi. I mean, you know, The Force Awakens was a sequel to a film that came out 30 years previously. Episode 8 is a sequel to a film that came out a couple of years ago. It's not going to have as much excitement behind it, but I'm still so amped up for this film. Obviously, I'm doing this series. And seeing all these little bits and pieces come out is really, really cool. Mark Hamill has been killing it on Twitter and stuff. He posted this amazing picture of him and Daisy Ridley. I believe it was on her birthday. He posted it, and it's just fantastic. They're really, it's tongue-in-cheek. They're really poking into kind of things that people are talking about, and I love that. And he's just really, he's on fire lately in terms of all the tweets he's making. He's really fan-friendly and interacting with fans and stuff. And one of his things on Twitter is putting these hashtags with a lot of alliteration and stuff, like this is a complete random, like hungry hamster Hamill, you know, that stuff like that. But he makes them really funny and really bad puns, basically. And so I want to reveal to you an exclusive, and CP, if you're watching this, there was no way I wasn't gonna mention this and make a 20-minute video about one tweet. But I tweeted Mark Hamill. I asked him this before, I think after The Force Awakens came out, but he didn't answer it. Obviously, he's got like 1 million followers. But I asked it again. Definitely, I will admit, I pandered to him a little bit. I put in some of the hashtags with the bad puns, and I said, you know, in fact, I'll put it on screen for you now. Here we go. That's what I said to him, you know, cliffhanger Luke, supreme stand-in. And he replied. He replied and confirmed that he was the guy at the end of The Force Awakens who played Luke. It wasn't a stand-in. Now, stand-ins in films, if you don't know, I don't know, like, you know, in detail, but, you know, from what I understand, you know, you have a big actor in a film and they set up the shot, they put the camera there, and they need to have the actor there to see how everything works. So to avoid someone like Harrison Ford standing around all day for this kind of shit, he sits in his trailer while they get someone who has the same kind of height and build as Harrison Ford to wear the outfit and stand in the spot for hours on end or whatever. And so it was within the realms of possibility. I thought that, you know, Luke at the end of The Force Awakens, that kind of helicopter shot might have been a stand-in and not actually Mark Hamill. And I was wondering, you know, if that was the case. I'd heard nothing about it. It's such a small thing, but it's something I really wanted to know. So I went straight to the horse's mouth, and I got a reply, and he said that he was there. He was offered a stand-in, but and again, he puts his own humorous twist on it. He kind of answers questions to fans, but he always puts a joke in there. And he said, of course, as you can see in the tweet, that he wanted more screen time, which is a joke, obviously. But yeah, he can confirm. And that's an exclusive piece of Force Awakens trivia from me, from Mark Hamill, Luke to you. And then someone else even asked him, you know, was it your hand on R2 as well? He confirmed that was the case as well. And that, again, he wanted more screen time, which was really funny. That was really cool. And I got like I got about just over 100 notifications on Twitter, because when everyone replied to his reply to me, my name was still in the reply. And so I was like, dude, why are they still replying to me? I was getting so many notifications, and it was just a small taste probably of what it's like to be a famous person, just to reply to someone and get like hundreds of notifications back. It was crazy for me, but a lot of fun. And another thing that Mark tweeted was hashtag #LukeAlike, which was probably the pun I should have gone with in the original tweet. Hey, just filming a video. Obviously, I'm not just stood here talking to myself, which does happen actually. Anyway, so that's it. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. That was kind of cool, a little bit of trivia, and he's doing a lot of funny things on Twitter. But there's a lot more to talk about. I just need to kind of dig into the news articles, get everything in order, and kind of start making these properly again. Lots of Rogue One things to talk about, even though this is the road to episode 8, but you know, that's still quite a long way off. There are a lot of leaks going on. There's lots of pictures of set going on from episode 8 where they're filming all over Europe. I'm not really looking into that too much, and there's rumors, and that's what I'm going to do. The next one I'm going to talk about the big script rumor, the big twist in episode 8. I'm going to talk about that in the next one. I read it just to see, and it's ridiculous. I need to talk about it. It's as far as I'm concerned, it's complete bullshit, but it might be true. I don't know. So I'll talk about that in the next one. So stay tuned for that, and yeah, I'll talk about anything I can find. I need to do a bit more catching up, and then review the Blu-ray, all that kind of stuff. Just build it all back up again so I can do this and kind of talk about things that are still relevant. That would be something, wouldn't it? Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.